Welcome back to Acing AP Biology. In this video, we will be talking about cell signaling. Before we begin, I wanted to look at an overview of the different types of signaling in organisms. A signal transduction pathway transforms a cell surface signal to a cellular response in multiple steps. Local signaling includes cell junctions, paracrine signaling, and synaptic signaling. Cells can communicate through direct contact, like gap junctions. Paracrine signaling occurs when one cell releases a signaling molecule extracellularly, and the signal affects neighboring cells with target receptors. A good example of paracrine signaling is the release of growth factors, which cause the multiplication of neighboring cells. Synaptic signaling occurs when a neuron secretes a signal known as a neurotransmitter into a synapse, which is the space between neurons. The signal binds to receptors on the subsequent neuron or muscle cell. Hormones are a type of long-distance signaling. Hormones can be a protein, amino acid, or a steroid. They travel through the circulatory system and bind to tissues with a specific receptor for that hormone. Those tissues demonstrate a cellular response. Nervous system signaling is also long-distance. The three stages of cell signaling include reception, signal transduction, and response. Reception is the process where a ligand, either a protein, amino acid, or a steroid molecule, binds to a specific receptor on the cellular surface. The shape of the receptor is specific to the shape of the particular ligand. Transduction involves the amplification of the signal leading to the response. The ligand binding to the receptor spurs a change in the shape of the receptor. This change generates a signal transduction pathway, which is a multi-step process transforming the signal to the response in the cell. The response is a specific cellular response. This could be the activation of an enzyme or expression of a certain gene. The ligand could be either a protein, amino acid, or a steroid. If the ligand is a protein or an amino acid, it is water-soluble, and so it has to bind to a receptor outside the cell, because it cannot pass through the plasma membrane due to the nonpolar fatty acid tails. Once the ligand binds to a specific receptor on the surface, it marks the first stage of cell signaling, reception. Then the multi-step process of signal transduction begins, usually by activating a second messenger. We will discuss second messengers in detail later in the video. Once the second stage of cell signaling or transduction is complete, then comes the immediate response, which can be the activation of an enzyme or the expression/de-expression of genes. If the ligand is a steroid, it is lipid soluble and can easily cross the plasma membrane. So it binds to the receptor inside the cell, either in the cytoplasm or the nucleus. Then transduction takes place within the cell. After transduction, the response occurs. The response either turns genes on or off, acting as a transcription factor inside the nucleus. The response does not occur immediately. In the next video, we will go over specific types of receptors and transduction pathways. See you then. For more bio content, hit subscribe.